Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of a Man once again, and today is the last video of the year. We are doing a reading along for the month of December 2020. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you guys are having a great time with your families and just enjoying the end of this horrible year. Also, thank you everyone that subscribed for subscribing. We just reached 305 subscribers like yesterday, and I am blown away by how much support I've gotten from members of the community and from people in the comment section. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate every single one of my subscribers. Thank you to everyone that interacts with me in my videos. Thanks so much. Now, let's just jump into the video. So I'm going to talk about what I read in somewhat chronological order, and then I'm going to talk about what I started to read that I didn't finish, and then I'm going to talk about stuff that I didn't get to from my TBR video, which is up there in the card. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I read was Mashima Heroes, which is a great little crossover event between all of Mashima Heroes' Hiro Mashima's, sorry, big series. We got Rave Master, Fairy Tail, and his newest one, Eden Zero, which are all pretty good from what I understand. I've only watched Fairy Tail and read Eden Zero. I don't know anything about Rave Master, but it is pretty cool, and I like the lore that we get introduced to here, and it was really nice. It was a nice, easy read. If you're a fan of Hiro Mashima, you'll definitely like this, and I think that's probably the best way to summarize this. It's a very, easygoing story. It's not really all that bogged down in trying to make it work. It just wants to introduce the characters, have them interact, and then have a fun little battle at the end. And then there's a bit of, not necessarily world building, but like interesting revelation about one of the characters here, which I thought was really cool. It doesn't really impact any of the specific stories, but it's pretty cool how he did it and what that kind of meant. So, really enjoyed this. I definitely recommend it to everyone that wants to read the book. Next, bunch of light novels coming up. So first, Reign of the Seven Spellblades, which is probably the best light novel that I read this year. I loved it so much. I am a huge fan of Harry Potter and magical settings, and this has a magical setting. It's heavily based. I don't really know if it's really based on Harry Potter, but it shares a huge amount of similarities, and it executes it in a slightly different way with a much darker tone to the magic and the world that I really enjoyed. I also love the addition of the cute anime girls and the illustrations that kind of elevate the series a little bit for me, and I really enjoyed it and how it works. And yeah, if this gets popular enough, this could be the segue for so many people from, more normie Western novel communities to get into light novels, and I think that's amazing. I do want to make a video about that at some point, but yeah, definitely recommend this title so much. Next, Full Metal Panic, although I've read this whole thing in this year, but the only one I read this month was the third one, which is called Trembling into the Blue. Let me show you the cover for it. I gotta find it though. There we go. It's that. Which looks really nice. I actually really like it. I like her as a character. She's really cute, but she gets down to business when she needs to. I'm super excited for Collector's Edition 2, and I can't wait to pick it up. Yeah, this is a really good read. I really like that the third volume in the series went back to more of that like military sci-fi aspect that kind of was not really present in book 2. So yeah, that was really great. Now, 86. Oh man, this is I don't know. I don't know where I would place it, but this is really high up on my list of light novels this year. It's so good. It's so amazing. I love it so much. I really enjoy the depth to which the characters were kind of used, I guess. Like the the author uses characters here and the setting to really explore the depths of humanity's like ability to both be cruel and good people, and it's such a good way to do it. And I love that it's a mecha series. I really enjoy the mechanical aspects that were introduced and the way that the robots work. I thought that was really awesome. And yeah, I really enjoyed this a lot. I definitely recommend it to everyone that wants to read this. It's also like one of the only mecha series for light novels that I can think of right now. I think the other one is Full Metal Panic and that Evangelion one, Anima, I think it's called, which is cool. Next, an original English light novel, the only one I read this month. It's The Integrity of the Super Club by Gary Hines, which was a great read. I really enjoyed the wacky tone. I thought it was a really relaxing, kind of fun palate cleanser from the more kind of serious, kind of darker stories that I read before it. Specifically, Reign of the Seven Small Blades and 86. Full Metal Panic wasn't all that bad, or dark, I guess. But the tone here was really refreshing. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really funny. Kind of reminds me of No Game, No Life, or maybe Konosuba to an extent, but mostly No Game, No Life. It's a gamelet story, and the characters here are so freaking funky. It's so funny, and I really enjoyed it. Okay, next, The Eminence in Shadow by Daisuke Aizawa, which is really great. I really enjoyed the story. It was not all that funny for a comedy, but it was a really kind of like interesting like concept, and it was like conceptually funny, even if it wasn't like laugh out loud funny, which is okay. I actually tend to like that better because it's kind of ridiculous, right? Basically deals with this Chinubi character who ends up being not delusional because he gets isekai'd into a world where he can be the eminence in shadow that he wanted to be in the real world. And it's really good. I really enjoy it. The only problem is that none of the side characters really have any character development, I guess, which kind of sucks. Really, the only person that matters is our main character, which is Sid Kageno, which is the guy right there. He goes by Shadow. And all the other side characters, although they're really pretty and they're kind of funny, don't really have anything to them that really like draws you in, which kind of sucks, but they're all really cute, and the way that they interact with our main character is pretty fun, so I like them. I hope they get more development in the next volume, though. Next, let me see, actually. Yeah, I read Diner of the Exiled next, which is the second book that Tentai Books has released, which, by the way, you guys can get 10% off on a digital purchase if you use the code LION down below in the description to, you know, buy some books. It only works on digitals, as far as I'm aware. So you can get, you know, Diner of the Exiled or Side Character 1 and 2 with a 10% discount, which is about $1, I think, which is pretty great. So, yeah, I read that. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a really relaxing story. It was basically an RPG element. It's not isekai, although Alex labeled it as such in his website. It's not actually isekai. It's just kind of like gamelit. It deals around levels and adventuring and stuff like that. And it deals with this main character that's a chef at level 99 that gets kicked out of his party because he's not directly involved with fighting. And there was this kind of like plot against him and stuff. And I really enjoyed it. It was really kind of family oriented, I guess. Like the main character basically ends up being a dad for like 4 other characters. And he feeds them and teaches them stuff. And I really liked it. I thought it was really, you know, relaxing and cozy. And I thought it was great. Next I read Komi Can't Communicate, volumes 9 and 10, which are great volumes. I really enjoyed them. I like that there is an introduction of actual plot in this pair of volumes, which is wonderful because I love Komi, but it was getting a little bit stale in 7 and 8. So 9 and 10 adding a new storyline is pretty great. I like that a lot. Next, I read Gantz, volume 2 or Omnibus 2, which is crazy. I forgot how weird and psycho Hiroya Oku's stories are, and I really liked it. I enjoy that there's a small modicum of character development that isn't really much, but it's enough to keep you interested, and the action is so fast-paced and so crazy that you really don't have time to think about it. You just kind of keep going and keep reading, and you can't put the book down. And I hate that I finished it so fast, because now I want to read book 3, and I can't do that until I get book 4 or 5 and 6, because I'm just gonna cry if I can't read like the next one afterwards, which is gonna suck. And yeah. Oh, I also read Burn the Witch a while back, which is a great little kind of spin-off to Bleach. I thought that was really great. I really enjoyed it. I thought the kind of change in the lore was really interesting, and I like how the Hollows aren't necessarily always evil. It's just some of them, and I thought that was cool. I do hope that, you know, Tite Kubo ends up picking up the series for more things, because I really enjoyed how he wrote it. Let's see what else. Okay, so then I read I Shall Survive Using Potions, which was really funny. I really enjoyed the characters in it. Our main character was really sassy, and I really liked her. She was really cute. It was funny that the fact that she was Japanese kind of worked in her favor, because apparently Westerners think Japanese people look a lot younger than they are. And so everyone thought she was like 12 when she was like 16. And I thought it was really funny, because it actually ended up working really nicely for her, and just how crazy everything got because of little misunderstandings and little like situations that occurred in the book. It was so good. It was really funny. I really enjoyed it. Next, I read Mashal, volumes 1 through 4, I guess, which whatever amount of volumes 44 chapters is, which is all the chapters that are available right now of Mashal. And holy crap, it's so funny. It's so good. I really enjoy the story. It kind of feels derivative of a lot of different things, which is a negative in a sense, but I think that the familiarity that you develop with all of these different things, and then having it all put together in one manga, actually helps make it easier to kind of get into it. And then once you get into it, you allow yourself to kind of enjoy what the story is actually trying to tell you, which is actually pretty good. It's basically about someone that doesn't fit into society, that basically should actually be killed off by the rules of the society, but somehow makes it through, and with hard work and determination, he is able to stand up to all the people that are basically oppressing him, which is a pretty great message. It's not necessarily true, but it is kind of inspiring, and I like that a lot. And I also enjoy the kind of naiveness, but also like amazingly kind-heartedness of Mashal. I think he's really good. And all of the side characters there are pretty funny. I like all of them. But yeah, I don't know if it's my favorite series, but it is a pretty high up there one in terms of shonen manga, which is really great. What else? Oh yeah, I also read Black Clover earlier in the month. I read Black Clover volumes 1 through 8. Holy crap, man. Black Clover is so freaking good. Like, why did no one tell me it was so good? It's basically like Naruto and Fairy Tail had a baby, and then that baby had much better developed like plot lines, and oh, man, dude, it's so good. I love the Western style fantasy aspect, the medieval Europe kind of style. I like Magic Knights. I like the way that Asa just does not give up ever, and I really enjoy the side characters a lot. Magna is hilarious. I really like Noelle. I don't really usually like Tsundere's, but Noelle is such a good one. I really love her. She's so adorable, and she's such a baddie too. Like, damn. But yeah, dude, Black Clover is so good. I don't know what the arc is called, but they're basically fighting underwater right now, and it's so interesting, and I loved it so much. I really want to pick it up physically because I read it on the Viz app, but I don't know if I'll be able to, because it's kind of expensive, even if it is, you know, on the cheaper side of stuff. And I can't ever buy it used. Like, I never find any lots for it, which kind of sucks. But I really am looking forward to picking that series up in the future, probably sometime in 2021. Really good stuff. Okay, so after that, I read that time I got reincarnated as a slime, which is really good. I really enjoy the world building here. Although the character building isn't all that great, I like the idea of this little tiny creature being overpowered as hell and then using his power not to be evil, but to help other people create a society that they can live in peacefully, which is great. I really enjoy that kind of like kingdom building aspect. I don't really know what it's called. It's kind of like whatever that Civilization game is. It's kind of like that idea, but you know, you're in the mind of the person controlling the growth and development of the story. And it's good. I really enjoy how everyone just like loves Rimuru, and he has no idea why, because he's just like doing stuff, but like he doesn't realize that he's so overpowered. And it's really funny. I really enjoy it. And then probably my favorite thing that I read this year, Eden Zero, volumes 1 through 6. So I read these last month, but I read them again so that I could do my review properly. And then I picked up the other volumes. So I also read 4, 5, and 6. I'll have a review for this out sometime in the first week of January, hopefully. And yeah, oh my god, dude. Like, Fairy Tail was one of my favorite things growing up, and I realized that it's not the greatest, but I really enjoyed the character moments that Mashima had, the hype levels that Mashima created, and I really enjoyed the medieval setting. Eden Zero takes all of that, adds an actual, like, developed plot line, which I agree that Fairy Tail missed. Fairy Tail needed a proper plot line because there wasn't really any. It was just kind of like, okay, there's a bunch of friends, they go on adventures together, and I'm going to tell you about all the adventures they went on. That works, but it's not the greatest because he Discovery wrote it as he went, like, completely, and he never had any plans for it. So problems arose very often. However, Eden Zero doesn't have that problem, at least so far, because he lets us know in the author's note of this volume here that he does have a plan for it, and he has an outline for it that he wants to follow as well as he can, and that all he's doing is filling in the blanks in between those plot points, which is great. It's not really Discovery writing, but it's not really architect style writing either. He's kind of like somewhere in between, and that allows him the creative freedom that he likes, as well as making sure that the story has a combined plot line that makes sense. And it's so good. I love the art style. He improved a lot. I think he does digital art now instead of physical, like drawing with pens and pencils. And so that actually allows him to draw faster and do more things, because I guess it's easier to do it online since you can like modify things easier, and you know, other people can help you work on it faster. And it's so good. I really enjoy it. I love the space fantasy. I love the exploration. The world building is really great because every like arc basically takes place on a new planet, and part of the experience is always, okay, go to this planet, figure out a little bit about what it is and how the magic in the world affects it. You know, so there's like places where pillars rain from the sky, like pillars of earth. There's places where rivers flow in the sky. And there's places where, you know, like, it's so much stuff. It's so crazy. I love it. There's this, like, crazy time-eating beast that flies around in space, and it, like, destroys planets. It basically, like, comes near you. You're just like, okay, we're gonna have an apocalypse. Who knows what the hell's gonna happen? And it's so crazy. I also really love that, you know, Mashima didn't shy away from his traditional fan service, which I am a big fan of, and his art style did improve, which makes all of the characters a lot rounder and allows them to be a lot softer feeling without losing any of that impact that they have visually. So it actually makes the girls a lot cuter, and it doesn't like have that weird like stretchiness that he has in Fairy Tail, and Brave Master, I think he has it as well. And what else? Oh yeah, and there's some really cute like moments with the characters. Like, my favorite character is Witch, which she doesn't really do much, but she's so cute. I love how she interacts with the characters and her like, you know, style. And I like Pino as well, Ian Pino. She's a really cute little like rabbit robot. And oh man, there's such good stuff going on with Eden Zero. I definitely recommend everyone just reads it. And then the last thing I read was Rising of the Shield Hero Volume 3. And it was good, but it wasn't really all that special. There wasn't all that much to it. I enjoyed it. But for such a big feeling book, because it's not all that large, it does feel like not much happened, which kind of sucks. And the other thing is that I had issues with the feel of it. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's different pages, like every kind of 50 pages or so, the length changes, like it wasn't cut properly. And then there was also like 5 or 6 typos. So it was kind of annoying to be reading and kind of having that like weird, like, oh, this isn't made properly feel that you get from it not being cut properly and the size being a little wonky and stuff, which kind of sucked. But the story was pretty good. I enjoy the new character Melty, and I like the interactions Naofumi has with basically his daughters, Raphalia and Philo, and it's really funny and it's cute. And yeah, there was a good bit of action in that volume that I liked, and I liked the world building aspect as well, but it wasn't all that crazy. Like, it didn't blow my socks off. Like, I realized it's such a switch between Eden Zero and being so hyped for it, and then kind of like not really caring for Shield Hero 3. But that's just kind of how the dice fell. And yeah, I really had a great time reading this month. I still have a few books to read, which I'll talk about now. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to read some more in the next year. So what did I start that I didn't finish? Well, I started Monster Girl Galaxy by Austin Beck, The 5 Trials by Mike Turk, Dragon Reborn, which is this one, by Robert Jordan. I don't know, 100 pages in out of 700 and something pages, which kind of sucks, but this is what I'm going to read for most of the last 2 days that are left in the year, because I recorded this a couple days before the day it releases. And the last thing I started reading is Rent a Girlfriend, which I'm enjoying a lot, actually. I didn't think I would like it that much, but it's cool. I like the art style, and I think the character development is pretty interesting so far. So I'm looking forward to reading more of that. Yeah, I had a few other books that I wanted to get to that I just didn't, and so I'll talk about that now. So first, the thing that I mentioned in my TBR video that I didn't get to is Atlas of Dreams. Basically, I just had no moment where I felt like reading it, and that kind of sucks, but that's just how I read. I don't really enjoy forcing myself to read anything. So I start a lot of things, and then I never finish them. Not because I don't want to finish them, but because I never felt the desire to, which kind of sucks. But I try to minimize that as much as I can. And yeah, I just never got the urge to read it this month, which isn't because the book is bad. I just never got around to it. And yeah, the other things I wanted to get to that I didn't get to are Ajax Ligon's The Aspect. And I wanted to read Guildcore by TJ Reynolds and Hive Queen by my buddy Grayson Sinclair. Sadly, didn't get around to them, but I will read them in January. So that's basically it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me rant about books for 20 minutes and really like show my appreciation for them. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching and for subscribing. I really appreciate everyone that subscribed. And if you subscribe as a new person today, thank you very much. I appreciate you a lot. Yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.